Okay, we got the shoes on the back, loosened up the brake pivot cam, and back end's ready to go. Checking the front wheel, found it got a loose wheel bearing. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but it moves in and out at the top or bottom. I'm going to replace the wheel bearings and related seals. They come in a kit. They come in an aftermarket kit, and quality is pretty good, but the price is only about 30% of original equipment. So for pricing, this thing is worth it. Okay, off the wheel. Okay, pull the cotter pin. Axle nut. And drum come off. It's in pretty good shape. Now we're going to pull the backing plate. Okay, taking the cotter pins out of the tie rod ends and ball joints. Spinning. Now to pop the ball joints out of the pins out of the A-arm, there's a couple ways you can do it. But there's one you can use with 2 hammers. I'll show that in a second. You need fairly big hammers, makes it easier. One for an anvil, you hold on the back side of the A-arm where the tire ball joint goes through, and you hit on the other side of it. Notice you leave the nut on for protection. Now you take your nut off. Now the other one, a little bit harder. .17mm wrench. Loosen the nut. Take it down flush with the end of the tie rod. And if you have a tool like this, separator, put it in. click, it's out of there. I think that thing cost 25 bucks. Well worth the money. If you're going to do more than one. So, remove the rest of the nut, or the nut all the way. Okay. Got the magic blue fingers on. I'm going to pop this seal out. That. I'll clean up some of this grease so we can see what's going on. Snap ring pliers. The snap ring. We can go to the other side now. Pop this seal out. There we go. A little bit grimier on this side. Being careful not to hit the housing, just the bearing. If it's really tight, you can heat the housing. Okay, here's the old bearing. I say not that bad, but it's a bit loose. Okay, this is the old bearing. The original equipment, Honda, it has no seal here. Those are the balls right in there. The replacement one has a seal. That could be considered by some as a better idea. The Honda one expects the seals that we're going to put in after the bearing to do all the sealing of that bearing. When the seal is let go because of trash and debris rubbing up and wearing out this area here, it's a straight shot for the water to go in here, and you can see the rust on the side of the old bearing. So that's what's been happening. The seal wears out, then the bearing goes. So double sealed, probably a good idea, and that's the aftermarket bearing. So we're just going to tap this in. Oh, it's a brass hammer. Okay, it's home. The snap ring. There we go. Now we're going to follow that with a seal. Start it with your hands and a plastic hammer. Tapping it gently to send it home. Same thing on the other side.
Traffic looking pretty good right now. No stalls or crashes that we've heard of. We did have cadets directing traffic in the intersection of Ambrose and Maroons Road coming into the Polo Park there. Might still notice some delays. And the barricades on the south end Route 90 at St. Matthews still down to one lane there. That's going to be a bit of a headache. But overall right now, like I said, great drive. No stalls or crashes. Really nothing to do. If you're in Serverless tonight, they know that everyone's aware of the chance to win.
Okay, never install a seal dry. These lips here have to be lubed, or else they'll just get wore out real quick. So both sides you're going to put some grease on there. There we go. Extra heavy duty wheel bearing grease. Okay, now you got to clean up the axle, and depending on how bad this is, you'll have to clean more or less. Dirt and then rust off. Now this area in here is where the seal runs. So you're going to have to clean that up. If it's rusty, you're going to have to polish it up with some memory cloth. Okay, a bit of moly paste on the splines, keep them from wearing out. A little bit here on where the seal runs. Knuckle. Put it in place. Install the nuts. Install the nuts, torque them down, and put the cotter keys in the slots. Okay, now on with the brake panel. We're going to put the brake drum back on. Okay, just a note here before we put the brake drum on. These are your adjuster wheels, and there's an arrow pointing out. And on this one, adjuster wheel and arrow pointing out. So when you put the brake drum on and you're adjusting, you pull the little red plug, and you go in through with a screwdriver, and you'd pry on the wheel, adjuster wheel, and you'd move it in that direction. Like this, to tighten it up. Okay, check the play. Tighten right up now. Both directions. A little bit of play on the steering, but not much. Up and down. Feel good. Good for another 15,000.